Greetings, Lord Captains. Oh, ow. Unique void ship, some gear, some stuff. Don't care about that. Ooh, like that. I have season pass. I just get this one. Yay! There's apparently mods. Ugh. I do love this music. But then again, this is Warhammer for you. It's a mix of gothic. We have a new captain to make. I have technical character on this game, but I stopped playing so I could come back and be this, so I could spoil myself for too much more information. New game. Main story. The Void Shadows is on. Scenario. Difficulty. Grim darkness. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Boldest of the Lord Captains who want to truly immerse themselves in the world of Warhammer 40k. With the highest stakes possible. All decisions, victories and losses in the grim darkness mode are final and irreversible. You only have a single save, which is updated automatically every time you exit the game. No loading from an earlier point, no second chances, and no change in previous decisions. If you manage to successfully overcome all the obstacles and make it all the way to the epilogue, bringing glory to the Von Valancius dynasty, will receive the There Is Only War achievement and a special item for all your future playthroughs as a testament to your skill and bravery. If your party or your void ship is defeated in battle, your Grim Darkness journey ends there. You'll be offered either honorably accept your fate and delete the save, or to continue the game in custom mode. However, completing the story will not grant you the There Is Only War achievement and the special reward, The Emperor Protects. War. Wow. There is only war. I am not going for that. Now, when I'm going a story, I mean daring's fun. No. No, I don't like that. I don't want to do that either. That just seems... That's just monstrous. You know, let's just stick with normal. Unfortunately, I am... normal. There isn't an option to actually automatically... You can't automatically level your other characters. In this game, you have to do all of them yourself. I'd rather just let them auto-update, but... Continue. Now, you could be one of the free created characters that they have automatically made for you. Hector. Hecata. Hecata? How do you pronounce that? Hecata. Imperial military traditions, Astromilitarium commander, brand of shame, feats of greatness, regimental tactics and run and gun. Darius. Operative. Death World. Surefire Pan. Annihilate enemies. Shadow of Torment. Crime Lord. Apex of Brilliant. Bahador. Warrior. Death World. A Commissar. Illustrious Glory. Grim Portents. At all costs and charge. No. Say no. We are custom. And we will do our own creation of our own story. Mon chéri. it could take a while, so this is why we're doing this bit early. Because the last stream for the last Pathfinder game, I spent nearly an hour doing this, if not slightly more. And I know I have a friend who could spend 3 hours doing this. And has when we play wrestling games. Dear God, he actually spent a couple of days creating his character. Create your very own rogue trader from scratch. The possibilities are endless when it comes to customizing your character, choosing their homeworld, gender, background, and more. You can also choose from a wide variety of combat, social, and technical skills and abilities which determine how your character interacts with the world and what kind of challenges they're capable of overcoming. Finally, you can choose your character's archetype. Each archetype path offers its own unique set of opportunities and challenges, so choose wisely. With all these customizations options at your fingertips, you can create a truly one-of-a-kind rogue trader and embark on an adventure unlike any other in the world of Warhammer 40k. I'm not saying 40,000, it's 40k.
Macro cannons! Volley!
Oh, I like that, okay. I like the fact he said that, screamed that. Macro cannons! Volley! Let's see, let's get a portrait. That portrait is baller. Oh, that's a pretty good portrait. I think that character has that one. I wouldn't argue with that. Oh. Yes, very well. Darling, you die. Holy fire, purify our souls!
Yes, and purify in his glorious name.
Oh, I do prefer a good hunt, though. Oh, yes, I enjoy the hunt, too. I know I always do that one. Yeah. I think I chose that character. The question is, do we want to be a male or female character? I mean, we could choose technically any portrait we fancy, though. I must admit, this does look cool. This looks good, too. Very dignified. This is male, female, male, female, male, female. A custom portrait? Oh, wow. I did not know I could do that. Appearance. Male, female. I mean, I do have a female character in play, so maybe it makes sense to be a male character? In which case, we need an appropriate male. I mean, he does look dapper. I must admit, that does look dapper. You look like your portrait is deceiving. What is the thing of the 4K universe? People do end up with can end up with a ton of augments in their bodies, allowing them to live a lot longer than they should do. You know, I do like this dapper dude here. Even if we don't look anything like him. Do you want to face me, please? Thank you. What is with all the scars? Not a bad face. Body. Portly. Knife. Well toned. You know what? Well toned fits me just nicely. I'm mean, it's more feels more accurate, but well toned. I think nice and thick. A good chin on me too. I like if I got the silver skull here, like skin tone, pasty, real pasty, like ash. We're going to a game where everyone's a xenophobic person, so that's fine. Let's get some hair. Maybe bald? Crew cut? I look like most first-person shooter game characters. That's what to do. Oh, if I was from the 16th century, sure. That's not too bad. Can make ourselves Hayachi. Look, that's not bad. These are male and female things, it doesn't really matter which. I don't think that's actually changing it. Hold on, if I switch to female, apart from doing that. Oh, there are some extra hair styles for female characters. I mean, that looks cool. What being a male character, so. Less hair. That's not fair, is it? This all goes away by the way when we put on helmets. I do like this sort of swept back look. Not so much like this one, the slight ponytail. Very down here, very captain. You know what? That looks like a first mate officer on a ship from the early 1800s. Perhaps earlier still. Look at myself. Wow, it's got white entirely. There you go, colours. Ooh, we got more colours. Yeah. Let's give it, make it a redhead. We have no eyebrows. Angry. Real angry. Why have we got eyebrows? I'm like they belong to her head. Oh, do we have this hairstyle here? Oh. Yeah, I'm now going to destroy somebody with a Hayachi. I never went this in depth when I actually created my character. Stupidly, I never actually went this in depth when I created my own character. We gotta have the same hair color. Eye colors. The drapes must match. Oh, this is. Now that's a beard. Look at that. Well, that is a beard. You didn't argue with someone with a beard like that. Oh, why can't we change the color? Beard. Yeah, I got a thing about beards. Granted, he's got some mutton chops. Okay, probably just mutton chops. I really do look like someone from the 1600s. I actually look like most portrayal of British people, British sailors from the from films that portray us about somewhere from like the 1600s onwards. I say, good show, my boy. Yes, very good. Yes. I don't know why I prefer them clean shaven. Oh, there's a beard colour. Wait, why is that the only one with beard colour? Oh, it just flicks it back up. could do that and then that. There you go. Now we match completely. Yeah. Yes. Whoosh. You know the martial arts fight today. No, we fight, young grasshopper. We... No, you will die today. Could give some stubble. That's, you know, reasonable. Some stubble to go this. Yeah, you know what? Let's give some stubble. He hasn't got like the clean shit, completely clean shaven, but at the same time, he's not got a beard. At the same time, I do prefer that though. It makes makes the cheeks stand a little better. Tats. There are a lot of them. You can have 5 of them, and you can have any one of these. I do not do tattoos. I know some people do, and like other people will be like, why? Why are you not putting like a deformity on your character? It's like, because my character took care of himself. Not my fault. And I seriously don't go with tattoos. I mean, they look cool. Don't get me wrong. These look really, really cool. Very tribal. But I like them better. Now, augmentation is something you can choose not to have, or you can have. Now, if you have a beard, this almost seems rather cool. Having that on. But you can have. Why would you have the option to put the same augmentation twice? Unless there's a flip side version of it. They call me Metaljaw. You choose not to have any augmentation? Any augments? I mean, when you're wearing a helmet or something like that, it doesn't. The jawline does kind of make sense. Even if I'm incredibly, studious at not getting injured, it might be a case of just having to have augments implanted to improve my performance. Some neural headbands, neural augmentation.
For the glory of the dynasty!
I did fine.
I'm a bloke with a woman's voice.
Purge this heresy from existence! Gaze upon the powers of the veil.
Why is there only one daring male?
Done and done. Now that's interesting.
I feel like this is a famous voice.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
The destination is known.
I will delight my masters with your demise.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle.
That sounds like a sailor.
Heresy grows from idleness.
There's no daring female, only daring male.
I'll see you terminated!
Yep.
Perfect. Fire at will! Done and done.
Yep, I like that. We'll go with this one. Daring male it is. We look nothing like our portrait. That was us taking, no. That was us, it's like one of those Tinder profiles, isn't it? It was like the face on the profile doesn't match anything like the actual person. Old wizened guy, youthful man. I mean, we can't get the hair. That hair was not an option. I need more hair options. I want long hair that comes like down practically past my butt cheeks. That so I can like put sort of like spikes in, like whip my head around, just like whip people out of the way. almost tempted to have a switch to this body. But we'll keep the normal muscle body, so.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Nope. Fire! Okay, let's see what our world's like. Death World. This is our home world. Death World. On Death Worlds, the plants, the beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms, similar to human life. Whilst exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death Worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. If we choose thing, we gain the characteristic modifiers of strength plus 5, toughness 5, agility, but our intelligence and fellowship drop by 5. And after origin advancement, whatever that may be. Brutal hunter, trusty weapons, lifetime of scars, wounded beast, tenacity. We could be Voidborn. Voidborns are humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel, or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives on void ships become inured to some extent due to the reality-altering process of the warp travel and the living in low to zero gravity environments. In many cases, their features are drawn and their skin pallid. They may even have mind deformities or strangenesses to their speech, gaunt, or general appearance that sets them apart from others. Features fortune. Survival instinct. Survival. Once per combat, when the wounds or Death World character drop below 30%, they gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least one temporary wound from any source. Fortune. A Voidborn character can roll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success rate of the roll. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against a Voidborn character has 20% more chance to fail after a successful roll. They gain willpower, intelligence, but lose strength. And they have the Bloody Mess, Contagious Luck, Jinx, Just a Flesh Wound, and Be Smart talents available. Like I say, this could take me quite a while to finish. Hive World. A hive world population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are the beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies in vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations as well. Strength in numbers. Hive world characters gain +1 fell bonus, divided by 2, resolve if there are 3 or more creatures, allies or enemies, in a 3-cell radius. Yet they suffer -2 penalty to resolve with no creatures around. In other words, not a solo player. They like to be in groups. They have +5 fellowship and agility but lose 5 willpower. And they have the camaraderie, outnumbered, weapon personalization, helping hand, and fresh start talents available to them. Forge World. Forge Worlds are the domain of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Entire planets ceded to the demands of vast macro industries. Each is a manufacturing super complex of unimaginable complex capacity and power. Over the millennia, different Forge Worlds have become especially renowned for their philosophies or ways of war. These are often coloured by the technologies they specialise in manufacturing. The bulk of a Forge World's population is utilised as a labour force, whilst the fortunate few may be inducted into the ranks of the Adeptus Mechanicus itself. Forged for a purpose. A Forge World characters choose one augmentation system from the following list: Subskin armor, locomotion systems, analytic systems. They have +5 to intelligence and toughness, but lose 5 fellowship. They gain the pinnacle of weaponry, the fires of the forge, persistence of the forge, steel of the forge, and calculated relations. Oh. Based on intelligence rather than fellowship. Ah, so they change their 2 stats round. Imperial world. An imperial world is one of a million planets united by the belief in the immortal God Emperor, hailing from hyper-technological societies to grimy feudal populations. The inhabitants of countless worlds offer fealty and devotion to the master of humanity, and the imperial creed espoused by his servants. The designation Imperial World encompasses a vast array of wholly dissimilar worlds that are, nevertheless, part of the Imperium. Humanity's finest. Imperial World characters can select any characteristic except for weapon skill or ballistic skill and add a bonus 10 points. Ready to serve. Better to die for the Emperor. Doing my part. No heresy. Stronger together. Fortress World. Fortress worlds are planets where the entire populace is immersed in warfare. They constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, to charge. Their solemnly uphold a charge. They solemnly uphold. Fortress worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy. Every citizen is a soldier trained to fight from the moment they can handle a weapon. Or walk. Never stop shooting. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain +10 stack of never stop shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a stack of never stop shooting. So a chance that the first attack of this round will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. This effect triggers. If this effect triggers, all the stacks are lost. They gain Perception, Willpower, +5, Fellowship, -5, Talents, Combat Addict, Hail of Steel, Familiar Kickback, Spare Magazine, Never Stop Believing. Ooh. See, some of these guys have like their own unique things, so they've got like Origin thing, High World, Forge World has its own thing, Imperial World has their own thing, but it's not Fortress. So only Forge and Imperial World have a bonus feature. I do like the sound of being a Forge World, because I like the idea of being a techie. But at the same time, I think my first character was born for the Forge World, so I'm wondering if maybe we go with something a little different. Now, at the same time, this guy does do a lot. This faction does very good at when it comes to weaponry. And we can have a look at these and then go back and change our minds. Let's do that. So, if we go Imperial World, humanity's finest strength. Gain +10 strength. Toughness. Agility. Intelligence. Perception. Willpower. Fellowship. If you take Forge World, they gain Analytics. Locomotion. Self-skin armor. These guys are not very good when it comes to Fellowship, which is a handy skill for other features. These guys... Oh wow, these guys don't actually have any negatives. They are literally vanilla. These guys are vanilla. They don't have a negative. High World have characteristic modifiers. So it's Fortress, Death, Void. But Imperial World, nothing on here. These guys come out pretty much, boom, as good as they get. as I am leaning towards a type of character, I'm thinking maybe a fortress world. Because I'm thinking of maybe leaning this character towards range combat. And this would fit quite nicely in a range combat character, for a range combat character. I mean, we do, they actually do get quite a lot of characters that are pretty good at range combat. It's used by a lot of characters. You know what, let's stick with our choice here. We'll go with a range combat character, I think, and we'll pick the fortress world. It gives certain dialogue options when you choose your thing, because people react to the fact that you were born on a fortress world. Origin. Oh, I wonder if we choose like fortress world. Bounce. Bounce. Yeah, you just get the same thing. Background. Origins. These are essentially your sort of starting characters. Okay. Sanctioned Psycho. Well, it's not selected anyway, I might as well show it. Psychos are feared and distrusted, but nevertheless, valuable assets to the Imperium. The role of an Adeptus Astra Telepathica is to recruit, identify, and classify those who found possess psychic abilities. The most powerful, who somehow survive the rigorous sanctioning rituals, are selected to serve on the battlefield. The mind of a sanctioned psyker is steeled against the manifold dangers risked by wielders of warp powers. You are one of those found worthy to serve humanity, and have miraculously survived the perils of the warp. Note, damaging psychic powers count as weapon attacks, counting towards normal attack per limit per turn, and gaining all the benefits of abilities and talents, increasing the damage of attacks. For example, a soldier using this run and gun ability would be able to use damaging psychic powers twice per turn, and the opposite effects. There's a lot of reading. Sanctioned Psycho. Psycho. I wonder if you choose Sanctioned Psycho. Ah, then you choose your type of Sanctioned Psycho. Yeah. Toughness +5. Willpower 5. Skill modifier, Warp Law, and Carouse. Ah, that's what that does. I never actually understood what that ability did. Origin Advancement. Willpower, Law Warp. Abilities, Divination, Biomancy, Telepathy, Pyromancy, Sanctic Powers. Talents. Psycho Minoris, Psycho Majoris, Psycho Terminus, Psycho Extremis. There's a lot of abilities here. Still Mind, Inscribed Soul, Sanctioned Sacred Rituals, Blade of Light, Enforce Reality, Psychic Barrage, Second Sight, Stabilizing Factor, Obscured Threat, Subtle Manipulation. Noble. The high nobility of the Imperium are an enormously privileged and powerful elite. A breed apart from the common masses they rule, you grew into the adulthood upon a pedestal of affluence and grandeur that towered high above the common masses. Good for me. You expected their obedience and lived upon the fruits of their toil, surrendered to your family in solemn fealty. You served me. Noble assigns one ally who will become their servant till the end of combat. Anytime the noble's abilities affect the servant gains +5 to all characteristics until the start of the noble's next turn. Anytime the servant attacks the target that the noble dealt damage to the last turn, the servant gains a +10, plus noble fell bonus, critical hit chance against that target. Can only be used once per combat. They gain +5 intelligence and fellowship. Coercion and persuasion +5. They gain fellowship and persuasion 10. They also have the you do something. You protect me. You kill it. You go on. You are next. A lot of yous in there. Navy officer. The Imperial Navy is responsible for the fleets of void ships that assert the dominance of the Imperium amidst the stars and fulfill other duties connected to the void and warp travel. You used to be a Navy officer and a commander of a void ship, hardened in numerous battles and famous for resounding victories. I like your hat. Brace for impact. For one round, the naval officer and their allies in a free cell radius gain +2 deflection to each for each archetype taken by the Navy officer. They also cannot be forcibly moved or over-penetrated. Ooh, misses. Can only be used once per combat. Characteristic modifiers: Agility, Fellowship +5, Commerce and Demolition +5, Agility +5, Demolition +10. Later. They have the Do Not Falter, Scatter, Get Off Me, Perfect Timing, and Get Into Cover of talents. Ministorum Priest. Yes. The Ecclesiarchy, known for formality as the Adeptus Ministorum, is a vast institution that oversees the galaxy-spanning religion of the Imperium. The Ecclesiarchy's complex hierarchies of cardinals, missionaries, preachers, and zealous laity ensure that the prescribed prayers and invocations are made, all the while instructing the masses to guard against heresy and deity. You used to be one of those fiery and charismatic individuals concerned with keeping a close watch on your congregation. War Hymn grants momentum equal to. This ability also grants additional willpower bonus momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell, when you surround the devotee, or is hit by the devotee this turn. Can only be used once per combat. I think that's going to be a lot of these things. They gain toughness and willpower +5. They have Law Imperium and Medicae +5. They also have willpower +5 and Law Imperium +10. They have the Litany of Purification, Litany of Hatred, Shield of Faith, the Emperor Protects, and Flensing Faith. I think I said that right. Crime Lord. The Imperium survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision, but a rebellious mind and will such as yours could not be so easily constrained. The dark paths of smugglers and renegades that wind behind the facade of the Imperium society offer a dangerous refuge for those unwilling to bow to the law. You used to be one of these dangerous yet resourceful individuals. Surefire Plan. At the start of combat, the Crime Lord gains an int bonus stacked to be the Surefire Plan effect. The activation of this ability consumes 1 stack and makes the next action stronger depending on the actual type of action. Attacks +10, moves, dodge and parry. A non-dodging ability, these suffer a -10 debuff. They have the weapon skill and perception skill. Skill modifies awareness and logic. Perception and awareness are their buffs. They have the killing plan, disorientating plan, the last plan, the escape plan, and contingency plan. In other words, plans. Commissar. You do not want him near you. Commissars of the Officio Perfectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of their Astra Militarum regiment. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of Imperium authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. At all costs. The Commissar's next single shot or single target melee attack applies the following effects. Enemy target becomes marked. Any ally who kills the marked enemy gains an extra turn after the current one. Allied target. All allies gain additional 1 AP and 3 MP for 1 round. You can target your own people. They have the weapon skill and fellowship modifiers. They get coercion and athletics. They have fellowship and coercion. They also possess gain the talents of duty and honor, show them contempt, motivation, for the Emperor, summary execution. I don't like the sound of the last one. Astra Militarum Commander. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium and the first line of defense from the myriad threats that endanger the existence of humanity. In the 41st millennium, you have served as one of the commanders of an Astra Militarum regiment, commanding thousands of winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. Regimental tactics. The Astra Militarum commander and all their allies deal additional damage to the enemies that are adjacent to the commander or their allies until the end of the commander's next turn. All commander's allies also suffer no damage from ally attacks until the end of the commander's next turn. That's a good one. Because guess what? Friendly fire is a thing in this game. You may shoot your own allies. Characteristic modifiers: ballistic skill, perception, athletic, Medicae. Perception, Medicae. Suppression fire talents, suppression fire, field of fire, timely rescue, unflinching heroism, shoulder to shoulder. Naval officer sounds nice. I do like the hat. I do also like that character. I don't like you so much. Crime looks pretty fun. Nobles sound interesting. Very good at persuasion and whatnot. I like the idea of designating one character, giving them that character a bonus, so it makes it like a star character. You gives you your best killer, and let them take a bonus for destroying people. Ooh, officer, crime lord, noble. We have my last character was a sanctioned psyker. It offers unique things. You get characters like this in the game. I actually think you get all these characters, to be honest, in the game. 1, 2, 3. I might take the noble. They're very good at persuasion and coercion. Wait, what's my homework buff to? Ah, fellowship drops. Well, that would counteract the fellowship. So it would make me 0 fellowship. I would gain intelligence. Which is fine. And then I get skill, persuasion. And then a persuasion improvement. Persuasion, perception, ballistic skill. Very good if I go for a shooting character. So the weapon skill. You know what? Let's take the noble. Let's just go for the noble. It sounds interesting. We have to also decide what sort of person we're going to be. Triumph. Apex of brilliance. Your strong presence and perseverance stopped a feudal war between neighbouring systems. Illustrious glory. You were named planetary governor and survived, having made full use of the connections on both sides of the law. Feat of greatness. You had a rival noble house's reputation destroyed and its members exiled from the sector. I wonder if I chose a commander. That changes? No. It's all the same. Oh no, this actually thing becomes a thing. Becomes what you change. This bit changes. So it becomes a different thing each time. So the thing will be logic, law, or logic for him. Noble gets his bonus of persuasion, commerce, coercion. Now, commerce is not a bad idea. And persuasion is also not bad either. And the Apex of Brilliance sounds good. Darkest Hour. Grim Portents. The mysterious tome that was discovered in your family library exacted a terrible toll on your mind. Brand of Shame. You are a bastard, an illegitimate member of a family that immediately turned its back on you. Thanks. Shadow of Torment. You were kidnapped for ransom, and your captors mistreated you up until the moment you were released. Yeah, well, it'll be a thing on warp thing, that's not going to be our sky, our thing. Thankfully, our other characters are good at this. So let's take the Grim Portents. Archetypes. Oh, this is where it changes because the Blade Dancer is a new type. The original one was warriors, officers, operative, soldiers. The new one is Blade Dancer. Click on this. Yeah, over here. Blade Dancers are swift and deadly masters of the sword, specializing in delivering flurries of rapid strikes, able to sacrifice a part of their health to enhance their close combat capabilities. Blade Dancers prefer to avoid enemy attacks, either by parrying or dodging, or quickly repositioning before the enemy counterattacks. They even have the ability to parry ranged attacks. This is because of the DLC. Soldier. A soldier is a master of all ranged weapons, and quickly is able to assume an advantageous position from where they are to ready a rain of fire on the enemy. While well trained in highly diverse range of arms, a soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focus, movement, ranged attacks, cover and dodge, burst fire, area attacks. Big nice psycho is this. Operative. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy's defenses. No one can withstand an attack from an operative. Core focus, precise, single attacks, defense penetration, area debuffs, consistent firing position. Officer. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turn them into an even greater threat on the battlefield. Core focus, extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies, momentum. Warrior. Warriors are combatants and boasting exceptional melee prowess, capable of dealing high damage in close quarter combat and withstanding heavy amounts of damage. They also excel in drawing enemy's attention from less defended allies. Core focus, melee, movement, dodge, armor, and parry, taunts, soaking damage. See, I could become an arch militant even as a soldier, but I'm tailoring this to be a battle of. See, soldiers don't have access to the executioner. Warrior, operative, or blade dancer. So only warrior, operative, or blade dancer can get to the executioner. Blade dancers are designed for fighting in melee. I was going to set this guy up to be a range fighter. So warriors and yeah, operatives. Wow, you can't even get the assassin. You need to be a warrior operative blameless for them. Phew. Do I respec out to go for someone divine focusing on their arm strength? I mean, I have got thing, but I also have warrior anyway. But it does sound nice to go for that so I can get access to the executioner. But I might have a character that goes down this path anyway if they're an operative. And I can choose, and I choose all my character's stuff going forward, so they are built. This is one of the things, your team will be built how you, the player, spec them. Not how the game specs them, but how you spec them. So if you don't spec it out that way, then you don't do that. Now for a ranged fighter, this is a good one, and so's the Arch Militant. So powerful. I mean, this would be best good for me because it's ballistic skill agility. I mean, I do have fellowship, and will fellowship needs 2 skills. An officer wouldn't do the job. But I'd rather be the soldier. I think my other character was also a soldier. Do I diverge completely from that character's design and go for and swap out and swap towards something like the Blade Dancer? Take the Blade Dancer for the fun of having a character that I haven't actually played before. My triumph gave me persuasion. I lost war. I got perception, willpower. Origin, intelligence, fellowship. So I suppose that's not too bad a thing from Blade Dancer. Agility. But once I choose this, I won't be able to unchoose it. It's a case of this is what your character's locked in as. I don't want to have to go remake the entirety of my character again. Let's just see what I get. Characteristics, we start whacking the points. Only 5 points. I think these ones I gain a decent score on some stuff. And if you have a certain amount of strength, you can then equip certain weapons. I mean, I can give myself a range set anyway, because I won't always want to, like, you know, shoot, run out and punch people. I do like the set. Executioner sounds interesting. Ouch. Yeah, we got ranked everything else. I think at the same time I could sanction somebody else into an execution anyway on assassin. No, we'll stick with our main. Avoidance still a thing, weapon skills still gone out. Perception's good for if you're shooting. Take use of persuasion. Oh, I am in the impasse here. I do not know. I don't know if I should take the assassin road, swap out and go melee, or stick to the game plan and stick to range combat. I mean, I have got a character who will be absolutely monstrous in melee, and I think he can take on the aspect of the executioner anyway. There are at least two. You get at least a couple of characters who can do that. So, you know what, we'll stick to the thing. We'll go with this. And then I drop something. Drop that, I can boost my ability skill. Actually with guns. But I can knock that down and put the point back in the agility. Yes, I have the void ship. These here. Redemption in exhaust. You will get access to the Sword Class frigate. There's no other ship. Glorium Libertarium. Ooh, that's not so bad actually, I like that. Glorium Libertatum. Yeah, I love that. I am not being called Ignatius. Ignatius. Or Barnabas. Nope. If we're male, there's only one character we can be. You Bell. With the ability of you serve me. Same rubber pointer. We don't do all the warp stuff, but we're not bad at Xenos, Imperium, Medicaid, and we're good at persuading people. Upper decks. I'll be keeping the DLC enabled at all times. I don't have any reason to disable it. That took me an hour. Press any key. Yep. You have selected self-destruct. Ah! Boom. Well, he looks like he had better days. Why would you build a statue like that? I'm sorry, but it seems like there could be better use of one's time than to build that sort of statue. The ship is big. This is a big ship.
An excellent place for contemplation.
Yes.
One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? an impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Okay, if you say so. Truly an awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such an excess can be tiring at times. A truly awe-inspiring sight. All this ostentatious luxury is laughable at pretense. It is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met? Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me?
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
He sighs and turns to you.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Hyperlinks. You can hover over cursor, highlighted words to learn more about them. Like this. The tooltips up here can help you better understand the world of the game or its mechanics. Words are highlighted when they first appear in the text. Scroll up the dialog box to see the desired highlighting terms again. My name is Ubel. Duke Ubel Eos Venrea de Val af Calix. You will call me your grace. Yeah. That's just fun to say. I'm a noble, so it changes my perspective of things. I thought it gave me a second last name.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Lord Captain? A strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Lovely. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader.
They can do this.
Indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium. But from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
Highlight some. Yeah, they show a picture of. It is. Hello! Hello! You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
How about one whose ship I have found myself? on the one whom's
I
ship?
would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that a ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
The Warrant of Trade. A sacred document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy. It's pretty important.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I see. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Yeah, this voyage could be taking like a long time. And we're traveling through the warp.
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Yay! Controls.
Venture forth.
Yeah. Got it. Follow Conrad. It's a light Pathfinder. Actually, in fact, Pathfinder's the same bunch of me this game. They're interactable objects. Some objects in the game can be interacted with in a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons relate to associated objects, others will transfer the character to neighboring locations or small events. These icons can become visible when your character is standing close enough to interact with an object. Hold tab to highlight the objects your character can interact with. There's a lot of them.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Massive conference table. Unfortunately, we don't have a little... Oh, there it is. Craft from real wood. A resource incredibly valuable aboard a void ship. Show the data on the vid screen. Has been interfered with without due to evidence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Making things daily longer.
Stay sharp.
Stop hitting buttons. Clear Lord. Worker and deck officer. His job is to literally beat that guy up. There's Cougar. Ah, noble guest. May his strength strengthen my heart. May some of these be benefit my humanity. She is literally pounding her head into the floor. 200. Wow, hello. Volumes. Oh, a lot of volumes. 2,348.
Onward to victory.
How many volumes do you need? 2. Should be suffice. Door. Open. Scene. Hair. Computer graphics.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord.
Tank. There's a tank. A turret. More importantly, a tank.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
They are lobotomized people. Shoot it, mustache. Keep firing. Mustache prevails.
Regret standing against me.
Indeed you shall. To survive the darkness of the far future, you have faced enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k. Rogue Trader. Click the button on top of the screen to start the battle. I cannot move myself. I would like to, but I cannot move. You've been ambushed. The battle begins. Cool. Bleh. Bleh. Well, how helpful was it? Joint analysis. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on the grid. On their turn, characters can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area and double-click to move to the character there. Movement MP shows how far a character can move in the turn. MP corresponds to one cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, the movement points are restored to the maximum values. Note that once a character starts moving, this action can no longer be cancelled. Say attack, we can't shoot, we're out of range. Got a 47% chance of hitting this guy right now. If I click here, for example, then click this, so you notice the targeting reticle is not here anymore. The attack zone is now here. At this range, I have an 80% chance of hitting this guy. Now I have an ability where I can choose a crew. I move there. Oh no! To make attacks and abilities to count AP points. They may only shoot one weapon once a turn. They only have one attack a turn. Unless you have a certain abilities. Denoting the weapon's effective and maximum firing range. Certain abilities in the game are considered attack options and only used once per turn unless affected by specific talents or other abilities a character may have. If a character performs an attack action, they will not be able to attack again and will lose their remaining movement points until the start of next turn. See, I moved to there. He has the running gun ability.
As said, so done.
So now, my maximum range is out here. Good. It's out here. My effective range is this, so I can go
Easy.
boom. Oh, you gotta run first, then do it. Never mind. I goofed. I goofed. Fire. Fire. Miss. I will not kill you. Brrr. Okay, I'm in melee range. I'm in attack opportunity. I'm inside the adjacent zone. You should certainly fire. I'm currently winded. However, I have the never stop shooting perk. So each time I get a stack of it, I just keep shooting more.
I know what to do.
Nice shot. Even though I still have more AP to spend. But we can technically go bang and move. So you go miss. Activate running gun. A 50% chance.
You clearly are outmatched.
Yeah, got him. He's got 9 health left. I'm not gonna take a punch. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to go run it. Come run it. Touch me. You can stop doing that and actually attack.
To the heretics.
Attack denial.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
This can happen. Weapons block adjacent abilities to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are exceptions to this rule. They can be fired at point blank range. So if I was using a two-handed gun like a rifle, I want to be able to shoot him. Alright, on the double, 2-4, 2-4. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'm going to explore everywhere but the place I'm supposed to go. I desire to find all of your loot. Go over the map with M. Get orientated. Here we are. While Susa's head are still smouldering, it would seem the cause of malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. Also, you reload after every fight, and you actually heal. A tarantula gun. This will be handy. Grace of the God Emperor, the first breached capital walls during the purification.
Marching ahead.
Oh, no, just jump to the end. Of Vortex Gothon. I'm looking for some stuff. Yeah, that happened. Am I going the right way? I am going the right way.
Venture forth.
Yeah, you gotta go through these bits. Still smoldering too. But yep, that's the thing. I can just make call to dialogue only. Or I can get it to events only. Combat only? All. All these things need to be looked at. Lifts carrying people around the decks move a loud grinding noise. This is a big ship. I can't go through there because it's got a thou shalt not pass effect going on.
Let's seize the moment.
Nope. A barrier spawned in. Nope, I haven't got too close. I got called in. No! I know.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Wow. Is it a trade search? What's going on?
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Edelthrad. Survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of a parchment of like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers of the face twisted by a slight tick, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Elefad, Theodora von Valancius features appears as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Ethelfrad. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldicks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The rogue trader is looking right straight at you. Her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Yeah. Exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for better mankind.
Consider this hypothetical situation.
Passive skill test.
Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Okay, you've passed passive skill tests. These will do automatically. They don't have to press them, you don't have to roll for them, they automatically take place the second they appear in your conversation, so they won't appear for you if you fail them. They'll be grayed out probably. It's traveling with allies. The party member with the highest skill score in the applicable skills is selected for each given passive test. Reveal or hidden dialogue if you will unlock. Lord Xeno succeeded. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify that this is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Ethelfrad. We're both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelfrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Shut your mouth, Ethelfrad, before I decide to shut it for you. I think I'll choose the top one, because he didn't actually give. He didn't seem to give a straight answer. He sort of danced around it.
Insolent, ignorant upstart! How
Yay.
dare you!
I gave a straight answer. You didn't. To you.
Ethelfrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
You. Oh, that's just kissing up, mate.
So, why are you here?
I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that.
Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There
Yes.
is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity.
Go for it.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel.
Yep.
Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry
It's not a lot.
humanity's
She's
light where
practiced this, isn't she?
powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
How long do you spend practicing that speech in front of a mirror? Oh, not as long as you think. You have it memorized.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of. Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even
Yes.
those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
If you are satisfied with Elifad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse.
Yes.
Your noble descent is a sign that power lives in your very flesh and blood. You would never doubt your words or actions. Never show weakness. Never let an involuntary gesture or a careless word betray your fears or agitation. At least, if your upbringing was as thorough as mine was in my time, many will grovel at your feet. Governors, commanders, highborn navigators, conceited lords. And you cannot allow them to sense weakness in the one who stands above them.
Don't worry, I am the Dark King of the universe.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Your outstanding intellect is known beyond the bounds of your home system. Decision consequences. We have a high incense. Our intelligence score is high enough that we actually have got fame for it, and that's the thing. They will happily prevail fame around you constantly because of what you have got here. Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Thank you for clarifying. Ask my questions now.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Yes.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Oh, Alabad.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old.
Yep.
It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
No, I live on a planetary governor.
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Yep, though it's not exactly a safe trip system.
The Rycat system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Maybe if our guys, like, repaired the ship fully, we wouldn't have these problems.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
I say, gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
I thought I'd ask anyway, but there's your portrait. Pirate Queen, with a beehive.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
I did. I've seen this intro.
Emperor Fal's God.
These are people from our own ship. How do I point this out? These are guys who live on our ship.
We have a problem on our hands.
All of you will bleed.
No, I don't think so. All combatants act in turns at the current order determined by the initiative roll. The order turns its blade on the left side of the screen from bottom to top. The character at the bottom, very bottom goes first, and the one above them, and so on and so forth. Wipe them out. All of them. We start. We are after the third enemy. If you don't kill it for you all. Kill them! Kill them all!
A tactically sound approach.
And that one's now dead. And they moved.
I've suffered
And they
worse.
charged.
Stay vigilant.
Well, there went about 4 or 5 guys in one shot.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Get a bit cutthroat.
Out of my way.
Just a minor setback.
I am your doom.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Call that character hide behind and mark with shield or shield with skull. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take up an advantageous position. In this case, the chance that the enemy attacks will hit the cover and not the character behind increases. The character will not receive a bonus if attacked from the side or not protected by their current cover. In other words, if he shoots me from here and I'm from here, I will get bonus cover. Here, on the other hand, I get bonus. I do not have. You serve me. This is partial cover. Well, the other way he's shooting is probably going to wipe out these guys pretty soon. I'll probably do that myself. Let's see, if I move to there, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines going on. Max range, I can get them. 95, 95. Potential, he's got a straight out skull. That means your attack is guaranteed to kill him, even at minimum damage. She has 9 health, so if I don't get maximum damage, don't get at least 10, I won't kill her. I need to hit 9 to kill. Same for that guy. So anything, so they might survive with 2 HP at the minimum. Or they might drop dead immediately.
They won't expect this.
Move for that, and
That is how it's done.
run and gun now. Which allows me then to take another pot shot.
As said, so done. A costly mistake.
Ooh, nice. Double tap. Excellent. We will wipe them all out. And because I'm hiding behind cover, they can't shoot. I'm behind the cover here, that's why I'm not crouched. If you're behind this cover, you'd be crouched down. It's partial cover. Now they're shooting from up there, so they may have height advantage to get me. If I can shoot them, they shoot me. That works.
Chaos guides me.
Now the different enemy icons, if they have these like fist, it means they're a melee type fighter. So they'll be outfitted with melee attacks. Ouch. Ouch. And he killed both of them. Shwa!
I took care of this one.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Get him all.
Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous powers.
And we got him. Positive effect. Your character receives a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's abilities in combat in some way. To learn about the effect, just named, hover over your cursor or the icon into your character's portrait. So, kill them. 50%, 50 abilities. 20, so I've got 20% chance. I've got 21 stacks of this. 20% chance that the first shot I fire will not actually trigger a kill.
Poised for action.
See, I'm still. Take the knee.
I won't do that.
I have no line of sight to the target, and I can't run to him. We've not gained access to this stuff yet, so. And we don't have to worry about that.
Don't
Theodora,
touch
can you kill him, please? Your gun's better than mine. combat over. I like the double-click
Wolf,
system.
take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
I'd want, my lady.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
She looks at the vox in her hand. All you can hear is a life static. What is happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Yep, usually get dealt with by the deck in question.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
I'm going to say number 3. The incident with this rampage of turtles may be connected to what's happening just right now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Got him! Right, anything I can steal from in here? No. Map. I was actually there in the bridge over there. Can't go this way. We gotta go back up this way. It sounds like shooting. Well, they've got the drawbridge up, so they ain't going this way. I like how they lean a little bit to shoot around corners. Now, while they control this side of the bridge, they can't put the drop decks to make a path for themselves.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Order Master, just stay with us. Middle holes and improving tries single shot gun like smoking next to him. Fire! Nice shot. That's Mort. Hey, well soldiers.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Ah, Conrad.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
That means watch. Clock.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Vox from the belt and hurriedly reports the situation. I had to do anything. I walked up and kill people.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
A mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people.
Yep.
Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable.
Well, if you use the webway gate, you won't have to worry about it.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Change the eyes flash honestly.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Huh.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
You? Yes?
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Yeah, no worries, you stay here, the rest of you go then.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Yep. I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail.
If I fail, I'll be dead.
Then move out.
You will have to get in line for my head. Because everything within my power is everything with my power. If my power is not enough, then no matter how much you want me to do it, I cannot do it. It's just simple as that. Honestly, some people are just unreasonable.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Either way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Let's have that. Or pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you're consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Flop. I promised you a special destiny, Well, it's time to fulfill it. Come. The warp commands you. Bring your soul to me. You know, I do think we need better guns. You're not getting better guns, you'll shoot me. Well, I didn't plan on doing so, but I think I better need a better gun though. There you go. Ow.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to
that's immediately
complete during
failed.
our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
You two-faced scum, you're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Coercion succeeded. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your posterity? Your sorry, wretched piece of Grox beep.
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Yep, and I made you angry.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
I got you to be angry, mate. Haha. Late flash of the dim light, drops of blood appear on your foot palm. Probably you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning, and then the quiet whispers begin to flood in your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing with the singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I am not your puppet. Voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence. Yeah. Forcing it onto you onto your feet and making you take a step toward the gate looming in the center of the chamber. Skill test in dialogues. Yep, unlike passive tests which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select the option, which will depend on the result of the associated test. Success or failure is affected by the dialogue will develop. Depending on the context, you might have change course of conversation, alter the character's attitude, or form an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option to require a skill test, and you'll see a tooltip detailing your chance of success. The number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of the test. Once your character starts travelling with allies, the party member with the highest skill will be able to do the test. In the gateway arch, you'll see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. 100% chance this one.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
You examine the device. I have 20 points for this. You carefully select the device design of the cogitator. What really catch your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. So as it begins to move, with a screeching, groaning of metal, it leans forward close to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the little of a living human could. The Sozo's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs, like glint and dim light. The vid screen on the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on the green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Voltaire wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source has coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depth of your mind. It also looks noticeably different from the ones you've used to. The skin is covered and stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of standard joints. It seems that the creator of this sentinel did everything to ensure that the devices serving life of this unit would be much longer than any ordinary automatons. Anything to use a weapon? I hope to find at least something that can work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Damn! The one building that isn't falling apart. Look at this one. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into Sozo's throat, and immediately you hear a humming of the servo motors starting up and the pumps stir into motion. The screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass, the sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe you can close your eyes and pretend nothing ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You don't understand where this quiet voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it the sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your merry mind? Whoever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
And this time you realize it's coming from the two speakers, built into Sentinel's shoulders. You hear a displeased grunt in your mind, as if the lurking entity has sensed something that it's not liking. Yes, traitors threaten my life and the safety of the warrant.
Genetic code identified. Child of House von...
Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly as it would. Seeing the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
It had gun turrets in the walls.
There is still another way.
I'm off. Ow! This thing bit my hand. By the right of blood. Yeah, this is what your journal looks like. Rumors, contracts, quests. There's a lot of stuff in this game. Go in this inventory and get. No, look at the tutorial. I got nothing. Here's my summary. There are 3 paths you can go down. The iconoclast, heretical, dogmatic. It's a good chance I'm going to be iconoclast because they lean more towards helping people rather than being a complete idiot. Old injury. Journal, map, thing, but we got...
Let's see this through.
Big 8. Bit my hand. That's the one to trade. The fee is gigantic. Let it be known that by my will and by the true will of the doctrine, I appoint the person of the to be the bearer of the one trade. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first in the darkness, and unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily in the roads of forms, through pain and greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Sorry, I skipped over there. I could...
Voxcast frequency.
Here you go.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached.
I need a weapon.
Signal latency
defenseless.
assessment. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The service call goes silent, its relays clicking, second after second passes and you realise that the service call will not answer you. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Yep. The game's story unfolds. You'll see notifications of the screen indicating status of your current objective. Thank you. Essentially, it's telling me that we have met this.
Stay sharp.
Indeed. Yep. Seal it. All the doors closed. The guy is not getting in there. Oh, Seneschal.
Master. Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voltier is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me and somehow brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the one was somehow part of his plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Openly admitted he's the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Nope, bad idea.
You're in a bad way.
Oh, thank you.
I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Yay!
Here.
I got a better gun. Yay! Remove some of the wounds. The character suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. What happens if the character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round? And may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. We need to then medicate ourselves. All party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they have may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medicate. The medikits. Got it. We got inventory now. Equip new weapons and armor. Thank you very much. You can switch between your party members. I'll talk to you about clicking left a portrait. The instructions. See, I cannot use Medicaid. He, on the other hand, can. I cannot. I do not have the Medicaid skill. I need a Medicaid advancement, field medic, base skill Medicaid, or death warden. Thanks. However, I did get a las gun. And some flak armor. And since I can't use it, you can keep it. They have 2 uses each. They're used twice, and then they're gone. They're consumables. Also, we're like halfway to a character level.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
Yes, now can you heal me?
Let's patch you up. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Yes, I have a gun.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Fedor wants to go to the upper decks.
But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space.
Uh-oh.
I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation.
I heard
If
one
we
of
can
Fedor's.
manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Excellent. I had one of the podcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which
Yes.
one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What exactly is going on in
I
transition?
am no helmsman.
Translation?
Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
That's not good.
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive.
No, I think the
You mean to
one
say
Sentinel
you
did
did
that.
no such thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he did that.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did.
That's the skill from
And I did
Barry.
not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
Well, what can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctorum?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterial. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
I'm going to choose the first one. As much as I'd love to, because, like, frankly, it's not a good one.
Cut.
Yay.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid.
Yep.
While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Yay! There's a fight going on.
The Emperor is with us!
Tactical phase. If we don't get ambushed, we can select where we want to pop up. Now, I'm fine here, but Albert boy is better there. For me, I am got a good gun weapon, so I am better off over here. He's good at front punches. He's now, however, weaker now he's in our party. Oh, he's currently just whooping these guys. I thought so. Combat abilities of the characters depending on their attack. Ability. Yep. We have single shot and burst fire. If I use that here, I could get a 50% chance of killing, 25% chance of those. Chance of hitting my own people. We'll do this, then use our abilities. I use 4 rounds. Ooh, did I trigger a thing? Something triggered because I did not use my gun. That didn't cost me any. Ooh, that cost me no AP. Oh, that thing triggered. Oh, I got 50% chance of just aiming directly at him. If I aim near, I get the chance of hitting.
That is how it's done.
Now I'm dead.
Easy.
If we run to here and fire this here, 25% chance of hitting him.
I know what to do.
Fire! I missed. Never mind. I don't know what to do. Run away!
I've suffered worse.
Out of my way.
He has cleave. Yeah, combine get hurt by your burst attacks. A friendly fire can get you. He only had a brace for impact. And yes, cleave, which is 2 AP thing. Does these feel free to attack anyway?
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
I didn't notice a 20% icon for parry there.
Someone else can do this.
You actually choose just to run and not do anything. With base for impact is a bit better. That was not a thing before. Got a 21% chance of getting
Let's set this up.
bullseye. 31% chance next time of not spending an action.
Death to the weak.
Cutthroat is the one with the gun. Ish. Shot me. Am I gonna hit him?
I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
Now he is within. There's got to be at least 2 free cells between us and the target. There is.
At your beck and call.
Which meant we could charge over and strike him. And cause a movement. Movement and attack. Combat matters. Can only move around the battlefield before they take action. Attack action. Once the attack is locked in. So I can run to here. Select that and say, right, 65%. What if I run to here? And fired. Still 65%. What if I run here? 65%. But if I use a burst shot, 50% chance of hitting him. But I also 25% chance of hitting him. So I'm going to do that.
So done.
He didn't
I
die.
know what to do.
So we do a running gun to there.
They won't expect this.
Hit 50.
Done and done.
We win. And we leveled up. Hooray! Advance level your characters and companions, prevailing in battles, exploring, runners, and doing stuff. Fight seriously for mankind. Everyone's got loot. Yes, this is what the difference. You have a trophy window. You don't have encumbrance, you have a trophy window. Now this is actually a fun thing. So you don't become encumbered. Using equipped by characters, items left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship. Trade with various factions. So if these guns are all rubbish, and we'll keep one sword and the thing. Yep. My trophies were packed. Everyone was collected. Everyone is willing to be healed.
Marching ahead.
I'd like to arrange with standing formation. So like other games, you can sort of arrange them how you want. But we have a level up to do. I would like to go with characters first. So he is a warrior type. We got charge, so first skill available, choose a skill. So we can give him choose Medicaid, Carouse, Athletics. I'm going to give him the Athletics score because that is a pretty high score for him. I only got 35, he got 40. And that's his skill. And this wheel will go all the way around when it gets to the end. You can then choose the next option. You can then pick your next archetype. And that's the fun thing about this game. You could technically play this game twice this character, four times now this character, and choose a different architect to send him down. I only have 3. But I chose a soldier. So I'll go there. Let's see. 40, 35, 35, 40, 45. That's alright, decent. Awareness of 40 though. You know what's getting a bit perception? It also reduces, I can let me spot things. And that's my bonus. If you get your strength up, which can come down the line, this is also not useful. I don't remember this being a thing before, so this is something that changed. 8 to 10 max, so I think the swords are worthless. Useless, rubbish. Yeah, it's weaker. I can technically give him a gun because they're using a one-handed weapon. And then you can choose to either fire the gun or swing the sword. Thing is, I can go boop and boop. So I now have a secondary weapon option that I can use in the middle of battle to just shoot people. Now let's get out before more people decide to turn up and kill me.
Onward to victory.
I have a map. There'll be many maps like this in the game. This is one of the ship. So we can only go here, so we can only go to here. And we'll now run to the new zone. Now I like the fact you can't become encumbered. The freaky glowy purple thing you see on screen is bad. It is a wall.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head.
Uh-oh.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Or the fate. Oh, watch out.
Sorry, old man! The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself! They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
An unsanctioned psyker.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
Indira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrieks and crawls even deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices.
The walls
too
are
loud.
bleeding. I don't know, said the walls are bleeding.
And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Nice to see you.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
We shall do as soon as we secure the psyker, because if we don't, we're dead.
That's Edelthrad. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
Yeah, how do you know who I am, by the way?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Well, thanks. That's private. That's private. The seer's words dredge up something dark and frightening. From the depths of your memory, your soul has been tainted by the influence of lost sorcery, and it seems you will never be rid of it. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Well, that's not good.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Dead, apparently.
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Oh, we must save the educator as well.
Oh,
He
no.
not.
No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already
eyeballs
encased
roll.
the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we?
Nope.
The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet,
Haven't?
his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Why would you say our skin would peel off? Is that a thing that happens? And now we have Indra in our party. Yay! Just letting you know.
Venture forth.
That leads out. But we want to go in here. Destroy this field. Don't keep our master waiting. So it's completely useless because once we leave combat we don't reset ourselves.
They say I have a magnetic...
The whispers are getting louder.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Not me. Him. He's well down the line. Could put him here though. Let's see, range, Psyker. Full color. Indra is also a Psyker. The only thing is always put yourself in color.
Out of my way!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I bring ruin.
Sharpshooter. Hologram. You can use the hologram to gauge the fitness of your intended actions in combat. Which I think is a really cool feature. So, for example, if I was to move him here and take that, he could tell me what my capability would be. Or, nope, as I said to myself. I didn't know how to cancel it. Oh, I guess 5 from here. 65%. 65. 65. 65. I could run. If I do that to you first.
Easy.
You serve me! Now, if I click to run here, take this, and even then I've got 50% chance of doing a ton of damage.
That's how it's done.
I didn't kill the other guy, but my shot, 2 of my shots hit him, so.
Let's set this in motion.
Quick. That, a quick one. I can switch to this weapon. 1 to 2 shot points. 31% chance. But he fires burst shots, so all his shots are burst. I can't run because I don't have any movement points. I'm gonna run over there and try and punch him. Yeah, like that. So I'm gonna switch back to this. With a single shot and a high accuracy. All high cover, so got decent defense.
I know what to do.
I missed. Darn.
Chaos guides me.
Doing good for him. Ooh, you missed. We're all gonna run up an Avalon, Albarad. Which was a silly thing to do.
Victory is imminent.
Into his face health.
It will be done.
100%.
What do you target?
Let's see. Not too close, but I can run and get him though.
I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
And then the action. Indra is a psyker. An operative. An operative can use their abilities to exploit and identify weaknesses. That's what they do. It says when we read this in the whole archetype thing. Now being a psyker, she has things like psychic screen. But has forewarning. Now what we watch out here is this. Every time you use a psychic power, this gets worse. You do not want it to get to the top of it. It's a bad day for everybody. So let's analyze. We can't see him, we can see him. So.
Was that you? Or
Yes. Good chance to kill him. Definitely kill him though.
anything is?
this goes up. Anytime we use one of these, so...
But of course.
They don't have MP, but they do have the warp veil degradation, which is what's causing the freaky effects around us.
Let's make it quick.
Right hit.
Hold on.
And freaky things will happen. Misfortune smiles on thee. Only 22% chance of that. Good shoot. You know what? Shoot four times with 4% chance. We do excel at range rapid fire stuff. Oh, ouch. Got you repeatedly with that one. And apparently we didn't trigger our thing, so.
I know what to do.
Missed. Well, I will now kill him when we're in the corner. 100%, he has no defenses.
One fewer target.
Found. Creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily. I can swirl around, which is fun. Heavily. The air whistling as it exits through two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits at the very center of his forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Give Alawad a pointed look.
Master Vespidus.
Your time is short.
The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head for and half opening normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under his closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. The voice is coming from the Vox Grill. Gill, really at the base of his bizarre chair. It's unclear how the navigator is able to produce a human speech. You're in need of help. We have to get out of that chair.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
As I nurgle, suddenly the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then falls back into the seat. Then thrusts forward again as the bones crack and the skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuses. The muser remains seated and leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous screaming mouth-like pits.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Indra's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking, cackling. Then his fits stop abruptly. His face is drenched with black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle to a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose. There's further swelling around the eye.
Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Who torments you?
The Urge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Each word rings through your head like a tolling of a bell. Countless of voices have joined in, screaming in your ears. For a moment you lose your bearing. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound with sounds not meant for this world. What is this supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. She who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
Wrong. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the master helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Address Abelard. The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the master helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas. Good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give us a response. The black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed lids. The vox of basis chairs bellowing out. Static interspersed with distant echoes of overwhelming laughter. Run away! And now we looked. Let's see, Scorpio Osgon. Yeah, rubbish. Psycho. But Scorpio Osgons are rubbish. 3-5, honestly. On that. Wait, okay. Alternative weaponry. We have alternative weapons. You can. Yeah, psychic staff, so yeah, it's about the same. Everything around here is going.
Let's see this through.
To warp and handbasket. See, where's the exit? Get out of here! Let's get out of here! Can't go here, can't go here. We'll go here. I do love this because when it's on maps you see it'll highlight the various icons. So soldiers are best at burst attack weaponry. You get a bonus to burst attack weapons. Which is fun. Also fun. Burst attack. It's like a building.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I'm well behind you. What?
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
Anything better than that.
He would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
Yeah. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing, the weapon and quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment, it seems like she's not going to stop or will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
That's a good character. Good brawler.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
I shall introduce myself after you do the same.
Allow me, Sister Argenta, sacred warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas. Sister, this is Master von Valancius, a member of the Rogue Traders House.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted.
Heading to the bridge.
So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
Seneschal is right, there's no time to talk. There is no traitor, sister, you can be sure of that. Don't even think for it to insinuate I am one of these traitors. I will not let such a affront slide.
Very well. We may leave it at that. For now.
Raise her chin proudly.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Yes, but the better question is why is the warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a road trader ship? Your orders that serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Yes. Who are these people assigned with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck Ale 84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What's happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
You must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
And I'm glad you do.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
We now have a more powerful people. Equipping weapons. Right, there's a map here. Right, look down here, there's all sorts of... Right, we also back here. Trust me, her bolter is pretty good. A las gun's better than the pistol. However, it's better than my las gun. It's a well-maintained las gun. There we go. Better. Bring the cargo. Right, so can I go that way?
Let's seize the moment.
Out of all games, I like to loot. Now, if it's a strategy stage, unless you get ambushed, you can just literally open the door. I opened it quite easily.
Look no further.
Duty beckons.
Run, fools, or fall.
Nice. I got burst fire. I got burst fire on them. Argenta, because she actually has really good armor. Range units to size, please. You always show for burst fire because it will hit your own people. Argenta's ability. Argenta's warrior is adept as Horiatus and a soldier. Expert with burst range weapons that deal damage in an area. Another Argenta's strength is mobility in combat. Certain types of weapons let you make burst attacks. Yeah. She has this one, Furious Recital. Nice. She also has running gun, so...
As the Emperor commands,
slaughtered.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Momentum.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Point blank on this one. I might take it, but...
Eradicated.
She obliterated most of that first squad. Hey look, not on the ship. Betty.
Death to non-believers!
Well, we're not happy about the fact that we got slaughtered. People got slaughtered. Why the sun just does? Miss me. Me.
On it.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
If I shoot that, I'll get them and 2 male people. Control, too far range. And then there's sort of psychic stream, which will get the eye anyway. They take their turn for me. We have momentum, but we can't use it.
Was that you? Or
No, no.
I serve the ruinous
You sail to the roof. That range is my little bother. I didn't do the melee now. But she is really hard to hit. She has really good armor. The higher armor, the more the harder it is to actually hurt you.
such is the will of chaos.
Avalon! 10% chance
Tried and tested
to
tactics are the best
parry.
ones. I took care of this one.
That did not work. You did.
Victory is imminent.
But now to charge you.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
No, unfortunately, remove as well. Can't do anything. I know. Thanks, go there.
One step ahead.
I didn't say that was there, but
I said so done.
okay. We get essential
They won't expect this.
use of me. Runs and guns and
No foe too great. I said so done. And done.
nice. And I wounded him. And I'm gonna punch in the face. Oh.
I'll do it.
Bully. That hurt. Injured and need line of sight to kill people.
Cover me.
and the second screen kicks off every turn. I can get rid of him, but I can also do it with the other guy, so...
What an unfortunate turn
And
of
anybody
fate.
in her eyesight gets hit with that whole, gets hit with a weakness.
Will do.
Exploit weakness ability. I can also just activate it on somebody. Ooh, that's me. Yes. Avalon. Deal with him. Attack from the side.
My place is at the fore.
I think you don't have to actually hit something.
It will be done.
You also just run like that and get the charge fit. So we get better ammo per burst actually. Ooh, and effect, I think I effect triggered.
Let's set this up.
Bullseye. Spin no 60 shot. No, that's all rubbish.
Marching
goods.
ahead.
Nothing escapes my sight.
And we picked up a good thing. Excellent. We got some machine bit. Excellent, that's good for people. All the goods. Ah, multi-key, and it's a machine rate set. Those are consumables. None of those are consumables, they're all goods. So things that are miscellaneous will just be put straight in. We have different tricks that we can pull off. Now, because he was... There you go, skill test with the environment. Go for that. Straight to inventory. I like to mix out like everything before I start pressing buttons on the...
Onward to victory.
See, they're pulling up the rear and helping us out. But making sure that things can't attack us from behind. Also, we can hold a lot of that stuff. Like I said, we have no inventory. Yeah, scrolling close. Right, so... Okay, open this door, leads to another area apart from this way. Yeah, because that I think has the skill that is melt, yeah, tech use. So you have to like melt your way through that door.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Open the door. I can use logic, 100%.
My actions speak louder than words.
Yep, D100 system. So, yay, tech skill is... And it gives a quick mathematics thing down here to show you what it means. It's 30. Well, 30 or less. This is a D100 system in reverse, so you actually want to roll less than the thing. However, the higher your tech skill, the higher your skill, the easier it is to hit than what you need. Up to 100. To succeed, you must roll a value equal to or less than the sum of both these stated difficulty and the value of the skill used for the test. For example, you attempt a skill test with difficulty minus 10. Your character's skill tech use is a 40. Therefore, to succeed the tech use skill, you must roll 30 or less. Any result above 30 will mean a failure. The value of the easy is to pass. So it's actually reverse. So the greater the value, the easier it is to pass. So if you had a difficulty of 90, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get it because it's only got to roll 10. Or I should say skill equal to or less than skill. The higher the character's skill score, the easier it is for them to succeed on the tests. Develops different skills. So minus 10, so I combine score. So minus 10, so 30, so we all roll 30 or less. If it was like minus 10 and we had a skill of say 100, it would be 90 or less, which means practically only roll. So when we don't roll 100, we're fine. If it's a skill of score 1 and our skill is 100, yep, pretty much guaranteed because we're like 99% on that one. Nice. Goods. We want the goods, all the goods, everything we want. Operator's glove and the melter charges. That's an item. Equipment. Other accessories. So we get a tech plus 3 bonus to our tech use. So we now have a tech skill of 33. So even on minus 10, we could roll 33 or less. The higher we get, the easier it gets for us to do it. Melter charge. 100% skill chance of this. So it must be a skill for 3.
Perfect.
Let's see. Dice roll 100, 100%. Base tech use 43, difficulty 30%. Plus 30%. So yeah, so we had plus 30 on our difficulty. So there was no chance we were going to fail that one. Restore the power supply.
Always striving for greatness.
Yay! Dice roll less 33. A base of 50. And we got 33 less than 100 because we put 70 on top of it, so.
My actions speak louder than words.
We are just ransacking this place for goods, aren't we? I'll take them on melter charges. They are so good you can keep your hands on those.
Perfect.
Ooh. Shotgun. Short range, maximum hit. And you know what? For my character, that's not a bad item. Okay, put on this. Now, in the sorting section, you can set to hide non-wearables. So if I can't use it, we can't see it. Can't use it. Can use it. Can't use it. Can't use it. They are the only two with medical training, so they can only can hold make beds, med beds.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Anything over here? Yeah. I'm used to this being up because when the playing Pathfinder. Well, we can blow the door.
Never doubt me.
The door is open.
Stay sharp.
Oh, we're also out of time for the stream. However, let's see, where are we in the game? Yeah, not too bad. They're good over there, but we can't get round. Books.
Now that was easy. Let's see this through.
Look at that helmet. Officer's helmet. Grants 5% armor. Nice. Also we leveled up. She's a soldier. She has already got her 2 ranks. Got a rank of demolitions. Keystone feature, revel in slaughter. Can't do anything, that was a keystone feature, so she will gain anyway. She has keystone feature exposed weakness. He gains the endure keystone feature. That has saved him so many times in my opinion. And our keystone features revel in slaughter if we kill 3 enemies. It's not reset between rounds either, so we're going to kill 3 enemies during the fight. It's reset between fights, but not between rounds. So we can kill 1 a round and we get in 3 rounds, or we kill like 2 or 3, 2 in 1 round and 1 in the next. Let's roll this all triggers, and we get the ballistics these until the end of combat. Soldiers receive bonuses. Ballistic skill up, crit up, hit chance up. It's a very good skill for someone who's doing, say, range burst fire.
Marching ahead.
Yeah.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
And a multi-key, that's good. Again, multi-keys are very handy and always good to have. Whoa! Ah! Things exploding! Ah, now here's our first chance to get an alignment thing. What is this? Did they shoot us with something? I can't see a thing. She came for the fire. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat. Wiping your face, a moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging fire or fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and the screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodore von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Definitely not her, she didn't sound like that. Her expression is calm, terrifying for someone who so boldly is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of a power sword, the other raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Yes. I figured that already.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
He is staring at the... He has a muscle in his cheek twitching. Aren't you in pain?
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies.
Decide. Your mouth will salivate. Each word Firo speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing more than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart. If you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects.
His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
That's, you might can be faithful and still burn us.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
Uh-huh.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Oh, the Royal Fleet, you hear distinct sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted. Is there a body of water between you and them?
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel.
Based on their value and interest.
What are we waiting for?
Even this can develop in three directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Each individual for 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion for the ranks of each of the 3 directions will open new access to new dialogue lines, events, unique abilities, and also change the attitude of others towards your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by characters with certain convictions. Yeah. Walk for the fire. Become dogmatic. Will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical. Accept the offer to help. Take away my pain. Give me power. Iconoclast. Get the people off the bridge. Okay, normally I like play an evil character, but you know what? For this universe, that is such a weird concept. And I'm more about the people. I think, contrary to my own thing, I am actually going to be about the people. For without them, we are nothing. You look away, but the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn. The voices around shroud will grow stronger but hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors, in determination, you completely forget about Theodora. When you turn your head, you see nothing but the building fire. Fall back, we'll go around. I mean, yes, we'll miss out on meeting the guy, Eddie, but I would rather not.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
Standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Okay, crash the button.
The Emperor favors me today.
And hello. Wow, how rickety was that platform? If I could do that with a laser gun. I made it the bridge. I'm good. Oh, loot.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
We'll help the people on the deck.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
A good leader should be able to inspire his troops without having to make them terrified of him.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault.
Making the meeting with the air reach the secret lift. So we took a different path. We chose not to go through the fire and meet the air on the other side of the bridge. Instead, we chose to go this way. Can't go any further because of the debris blocking the way. We'll watch them shooting constantly. One of the weird things, but yeah.
Cast your eye there.
Loot.
Pay attention.
Goods. Lots of goods. I don't think I should look down here. I think I just run straight to the run straight to the elevator. More goods. Ooh, goggles. Logic.
Forge ahead, never linger.
Oh. Give me that. Okay, who else? Logic. You know, sister, just for you. Have some goggles. I mean, we could have done the whole "my faith is like shield" routine, but I was pretty much determined not getting my people barbecued. Faith they may have. Fireproof skin, not so much. Well, we're here, but we're also well out of time for the stream. And sadly, I cannot spend all night on this one. Oh, I'd love to. We all saved. Find Theodora von Valancius.
Onward to victory.
You might not change your headgear for like ages because, you know, this game does not. Once you get a good bit of headgear, you're golden. But yep, we are going to end here. We're going to go cooperative mode. I could invite people to play. I am not going to. So, this is actually the first time we've saved. We haven't saved the entire time we've been here. Coffee went crashed. New save. Welcome. If I could see all the buttons. Welcome aboard. Seems rather poignant. And that will go inside here. So, when we come back, we shall continue heading for the bridge. And just like in Path of the Righteous, everything we've done so far is just the prologue. We haven't even got to that. And I don't think we even finished. We're even halfway through this part of the prologue. This part. But again, that is all for next time. So until then, folks, until then, I'll catch you all later. See ya.